Let's be real, getting stuck in the friend zone sucks. You're a good guy, right? You're kind, you listen, you do anything for her. But somehow that translates to friend instead of boyfriend. It's a common story and it boils down to a misunderstanding of what women actually find attractive. We're told to be nice, to treat women with respect, and to shower them with attention. While those are all good things, they don't automatically make you relationship material. There's a huge difference between genuine kindness and trying to people-please your way into a woman's heart. Being nice isn't a strategy, it's a way of being. And when you're genuine about it, you won't be doing it with the sole purpose of getting something in return. This isn't about changing who you are, it's about understanding what truly attracts women and how to build healthy, fulfilling relationships. Let's dive in. The key difference lies in your motivation. Are you being kind because you genuinely care about the other person's well-being, or are you doing it with the expectation of getting something in return, like a date or a relationship? The latter is what we call conditional niceness, and it's a huge turnoff. Think about it. Would you rather be friends with someone who genuinely enjoys your company and supports you, or someone who's only nice to you because they want something from you? Women can spot this a mile away. They have a finely tuned radar for authenticity, and they can tell when your kindness comes from a place of genuine respect and care, versus when it's a tactic to win them over. True niceness is effortless. It's not about putting on a show or trying to impress anyone. It's about being your authentic self and treating others with the same respect and kindness you'd want for yourself. Women are incredibly intuitive. They pick up on subtle cues like body language, tone of voice, and even micro-expressions that reveal your true intentions. If you're not being genuine, they'll sense it. When you're constantly trying to please someone, you're essentially putting on a mask and hiding your true self. This lack of authenticity is a major red flag because it signals that you're not comfortable being vulnerable and open. Think about it. Strong relationships are built on trust and vulnerability. If you're not being your true self from the get-go, it creates a shaky foundation for any kind of meaningful connection. Authenticity, on the other hand, is like a breath of fresh air. It shows that you're comfortable in your own skin and that you're not afraid to be vulnerable. This is incredibly attractive because it conveys confidence and self-assurance, qualities that are incredibly magnetic. People-pleasing might seem harmless on the surface, but it can actually be detrimental to your self-esteem and your relationships. When you're constantly trying to please others, you neglect your own needs and desires. This can lead to resentment, frustration, and a sense of feeling emotionally drained. Moreover, people-pleasing behavior often stems from a fear of rejection or a need for validation. When your self-worth is tied to the opinions of others, you give away your power and end up feeling insecure and unhappy. The irony is that the more you try to please others, the less attractive you become. Women are drawn to men who are confident, assertive, and comfortable in their own skin. When you're constantly seeking validation, it signals insecurity and neediness, which are major turn-offs. Section 5. Unlocking attraction, what women really want. Women are attracted to men who possess confidence, a strong sense of self, and the ability to pursue their passions. It's about owning who you are, flaws and all, and not being afraid to go after what you want in life. This doesn't mean you have to be arrogant or self-centered. It simply means being comfortable in your own skin and owning your unique personality. When you believe in yourself, it shows. You carry yourself differently, you speak with conviction, and you exude an air of self-assurance that's incredibly appealing. Think about the guys who seem to effortlessly attract women. They're not necessarily the best looking or the most successful, but they have an undeniable charisma and confidence that draws people to them. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's a skill you develop over time. It starts with identifying and challenging your limiting beliefs, those negative thoughts that hold you back from reaching your full potential. Start by making a list of all the negative beliefs you have about yourself, your abilities, and your worthiness of love and connection. Once you've identified these beliefs, start to challenge them. For example, if you believe that you're not good enough to date a particular woman, ask yourself, what evidence do I have to support this belief? You'll likely find that your negative thoughts are based on fear and insecurity, not on facts. Replace these negative beliefs with positive affirmations. For instance, instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, tell yourself, I am worthy of love and connection. Boundaries are essential for any healthy relationship, romantic or otherwise. They are the invisible lines we draw to protect our time, energy, and emotional well-being. When you have strong boundaries, you communicate your needs and limits effectively, and you're less likely to be taken advantage of. Setting boundaries is about learning to say no to things you don't want to do, and being okay with not always pleasing everyone. It's about prioritizing your own needs and making sure your actions align with your values. This might mean saying no to a last-minute hangout session if you need some downtime, or speaking up when someone disrespects you. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's about protecting your well-being and ensuring that your relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect. Self-awareness is crucial for personal growth and building healthy relationships. It's about understanding your strengths and weaknesses, your triggers and insecurities, and how your actions affect others. When you're self-aware, you're more likely to recognize your own patterns of behavior, both positive and negative. This allows you to make conscious choices that align with your values and goals. Start by paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Notice how you react in different situations and what triggers negative emotions like anger, resentment, or insecurity. Journaling, meditation, and seeking feedback from trusted friends or a therapist can also be helpful tools for cultivating self-awareness. At the end of the day, trying to be someone you're not is exhausting and ultimately futile. Women are drawn to authenticity, so the best thing you can do is focus on being the best version of yourself. Embrace your quirks, own your passions, and don't be afraid to let your true personality shine. The right people will appreciate you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. Remember, confidence and kindness are not mutually exclusive. You can be a good guy without being a pushover. When you combine genuine kindness with self-respect, authenticity, and healthy boundaries, you create a magnetic energy that attracts the right people into your life.